everybody, and welcome to Side Character Quest. I am Amber, your player character for today, and your host, as always...
This is Morning Voice.
Never mind. I swear.
How you doing today?
We can't ever seem to get Ty to show up before other people. Did Ty not lock his door again?
Ty, I got here early in the morning for the morning choice of radio host. You got me, Morning Voice.
Have you been there all day, Morning Voice?
I'm always here. When I'm not here, I'm right there behind your ears.
Oh, okay. Morning Voice, we need to teach you something called personal boundaries and personal space. So right now, what we're going to learn is that people generally don't like it when you're within breathing distance of their skin.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Is that true?
That's true, Morning Voice. Yeah, no, I'm definitely sure. So maybe you could try backing up a little bit. Just back up a little bit.
Okay.
Lift up your octaves a bit.
Yep.
Lift up, just a little more. Just a little more.
Yeah.
Okay, can I get more? Okay, and come in a little bit closer. Just a little bit closer.
Yeah.
And open your mouth wider and say hi. Oh, okay. Let's breathe.
I think that you're wrong about this, so I'm gonna go collect some data. So I'll see you later.
Okay, can you also get me a napkin so I can rub my face off of all this humidity that you've put here?
Get your own napkin. Bye.
Hey! What a joke.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yep.
You're back.
Are you ready to start the show?
I don't know. Are you ready to start the show?
Yeah. As always, this is Ty as your DM. I don't know what Amber's talking about. This, as always, I am here right on time, and there have been no interruptions or weirdness at all. In fact, we are a very professional show that never forgets to do anything that we promise to do or that we intend to do or whatever, such as leveling up at the end of last session. We're trying to level. We're trying to do this experience point thing that is built into what's it called? Monster of the Week. A lovely game system based on Princes of the Apocalypse. Something of the Apocalypse. I don't know. So yeah, a thing that we forgot to do at the end of last session, which we had even name dropped, was the doling out of experience points, and we're gonna do that by having our friend Amber here answer a few questions for us, and a few of them are gonna be pretty easy to answer. The first one is: did we conclude the current mystery?
No.
No, you did not. Did you save someone from certain death or worse?
No.
Did we learn something new and important about the world? Interesting question. I will let you decide. Did you learn something interesting and new about the world?
Yes, because last week was the week where we found the dead body, right?
Okay. I will say that counts. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
I don't think I or the listener has learned anything new about Silas.
Okay. So if you could get a 1 or 2 yes answers, mark 1 experience. Experience is also doled out through any time a hunter, so a player, fails a roll. So I don't know where you are at experience right now. Let me see if I have that marked down. You might also have that marked down. Okay, let me check real quick. This next part is going to be cut out.
So we are at level 2.
Level 2.
High five, Silas.
High five.
I think I know.
You know what you want?
Yeah. So I get to choose any move from another playbook, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm going to choose I'm here for a reason.
Okay. So I'm looking that up. It says, I'm here for a reason. There's something you are destined to do. Work out the details with the keeper based on your fate. You cannot die until it comes to pass. If you die in play, then you must spend a luck point. You will then somehow recover or be returned to life. Once your task is done, all bets are off. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is interesting. Oh boy. Oh goodness. Do you know what it is? Does the character now know?
No.
Character doesn't know.
Character doesn't know. But that feeling definitely probably comes in.
That's very interesting. Okay. So I had an idea, like Amber and I had talked about this off show. His character has like a specific reason for being and a thing that they were trying to do. And Amber didn't want to know what it was. They wanted me to decide what it was. And I do have a very specific idea, and it plays into the overarching like narrative of the world of Side Character Quest. So I'm not going to just tell everybody what it is, but there is a thing, and I am very excited about this. Okay, so you can't die until you've succeeded in doing this. This is so interesting. Wow. All right. So now that all of that paperwork and housekeeping is out of the way, we are going to go ahead and get into the game. So how about you bring us up to speed on where we left off?
So I sort of picture it being nighttime, humid, but with a heavy wind. So it's not that bad. Silas has walked out of the silo, is carrying basic stuff, didn't really take their entire pack, but they were leaving Clara behind in the silo. Did put the rock behind the door so that, Silas would know immediately if somebody were to try to go in there or if Clara walked out. Silas walks back to this graveyard and is sort of making their way through the... I envision the grass in this graveyard being like a little bit not taken care of. So Silas sort of has to walk like bigger steps.
Definitely. The place does not look like it has been, that people have been going to this graveyard much.
Gotcha. There is no gravekeeper.
Yes, there is no gravekeeper. There is a grave hunter, though. Their name is Silas. Ah! Continue.
Silas walks up to the body, staring at it without blinking, and says, What is going on here? And puts their hand behind their back and reaches into like the back of their pants, like they're reaching for something.
Mm-hmm.
And then pulls their hand back and realizes that like there's nothing, like they have nothing. They don't know why they would do that, but it seemed like a very natural motion. And Silas really gets the feeling like they should be writing something down right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that kind of gets brushed off. Where's my journal? I don't have a journal. At least I don't. Whatever. Okay. What happened to this man? And Silas ends up sort of probing the area. So I guess I'm going to.
You were going to roll an investigation.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the actual? Oh, is that the term? What is the actual term?
Investigate a bad situation. I think it is.
Investigate a mystery is the term.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, you're going to investigate a mystery.
It's read a bad situation.
Yes. Tell me how exactly you're like looking. Like, what are you trying to? You know what? I'm gonna have you roll, and then I'll ask you like what you're trying to figure out.
Okay, because Silas already knows where it went. Because I asked that last time when we investigated it, but I think Silas is like really trying to get in depth on like what happened here this time.
Yeah.
So that would be 2d6s, right?
Yes.
And this is plus sharp. Not that great. Oh no, that's a 5, my man.
A 5. Anything lower than a 7, so a 6 or lower, is a failure, which I'm gonna mark you for 1 experience.
So can I actually sort of tell this one?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I get the mental picture that Silas like bends down to sort of like examine this scene as if they really understand what's going on, and they're like an expert at this. But as soon as they like touch this body, I think like they see the screaming like the screaming visage of like the person.
Okay.
But like as real. And Silas falls back and like onto their butt, and they're like scared and what is going on? Why do I keep seeing these things?
And at this point you don't no answer is immediately apparent to you. You're just alone. You are surrounded by gravestones and a man just drained of blood, wrapped in vines in front of you. It's late at night. There's no sounds on the air. It's quiet.
I think Silas is angry now. Silas is frustrated, gets up, picks themselves up, brushes some of the dirt off, and is like, well, I'm so tired of all this seeing stuff, and I don't know what's real, what's not. Why am I even here? She's upset. She's just like,
gotcha,
kind of throwing a tantrum in there, grips their head and their hair, and kind of just, I think Silas just doubles over and cries.
At that, you hear a slight thud on the ground next to you.
Okay, Silas stops moving.
And you look to turn and see on the ground a leather-bound journal.
Silas looks around to see where it fell from.
Standing to your side is a merchant with a wide-brimmed hat and a face obscured completely in shadow. And he looks at you and smiles.
Go away. I don't need none of your mysteries right now.
They aren't my mysteries. And you look again and he is gone.
Silas is like really kind of perturbed at that interaction and just the general existence of this person. But rolls over, looks at the journal for a bit.
You see your name scrawled in the front cover of it.
Silas reaches over and just grabs it and looks up into the sky or the tree line and like holds it up and it's like, fine, if you want me to hold on to your creepy little journal with my name on it, then I will, stalker. And Silas goes to like storm off, walks away, and takes it and like goes to put it in their back part of their pants and stops. And then like puts it in their jacket instead. And keeps walking.
Delightful.
And goes back to the silo.
Oh, man, I was not prepared for you to go back to the silo. I immediately saw like when you sat down that this was not going to go in the direction that I had planned on. And with that, I think we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Side Character Quest. We have definitely been talking about things that are going to end up in the show and not going to get cut out because they are appropriate and good for everyone to hear auditory enjoyment. So yeah, at this point, Silas is heading back to the silo after having this interaction. So you walk down the path, feeling the warm, relatively warm, humid summer air breezing past you. You pass through that arc that's on the outside of the graveyard, and you see ahead of you the set of 6 silos, and make your way towards yours where you've set up camp. As you approach, you find that the door has been swung open.
Silas stops in their tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately, like, hugs up against the nearest wall.
Okay, so I'm going to say you're hugged up against the first silo, and yours was maybe like this is like a 2x6 situation. So you're at the first, and then there's one, and then there's yours at the end of this row.
And Silas starts...
Sorry, 2x3. Total of 6.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Silas starts sort of like scanning the area for like places where they can climb, and sort of get like an advantage, like a height advantage, while also looking for the owl to see if the owl lives anyway.
So you see a bunch of trees over on the right side of you, the silos sort of on your left and in front. And so there's you notice one that's pretty gnarled and sort of short and wide in such a way that it makes it really easy to climb. So you could pop yourself up on that if you want. You do not see the owl.
Is there any way to get, because there were holes in the top of the silo, is there any way to get that Silas could see to get up there?
Yeah, there is a tree that reaches all the way up to the second silo, and so you could climb onto that one and then hop over to the other.
Okay. Silas crouches and flutters their duster.
Okay.
And to make sure that it doesn't get caught in their feet.
Yes.
And starts duck walking, if you know what a duck walk is.
I do not. Please explain.
So a duck walk is like a common like military move to move while crouched. Basically, imagine that you crouch all the way down to the point where you're like sitting on your heels.
Yeah.
Or as best as you can, and then walk forward heel to toe.
It's very interesting. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
So basically, Silas is like trying to stay. It's like a really it's a crouch walk. Trying to stay really low, really quiet. Climbs up in the tree and gets over to the point where they can get to the other silo, and goes to prepare to jump over onto the first silo, and then has like a moment of like, what is going on in their head? Like, you're
getting kind of paranoid. I'm digging it.
Like, why am I up here? What's they're paranoid not only about what's happening in the silo, but like their response as well. And so they jump across to the silo.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to make me roll for anything, right?
No, I will let you know when you need to roll. I am allowing you to do all of this.
Gotcha. I imagine really deftly.
Hey, look at me. I'm letting you do this. This is me letting you do this. I'm the DM. I'm the keeper.
Look at me. I'm the keeper now.
Yeah. Oh no. Do I need to roll?
Is there anything to roll for?
Can I read a bad situation? I don't feel good about this. No.
Yes, but you only get 1d6.
Oh no. I got.
Yeah. So
let me just grab a d6. Got.
Yes, Kai. Roll for the success of your podcast.
I got a 1 and a victory. This is a specialty die. Continue.
So Silas climbs up to the tree, jumps over onto the silo really deftly, actually. Like, lands 1 foot, almost silently, lands on the other foot, and like climbs onto the silo, but like in a way that like an expert climber would do.
Surprisingly good.
Yeah. Makes her way over to the next silo, jumps that one, also lands on the top of that one pretty effectively, and is really surprised that Silas knows where to step, what's weak, in this structure, and is like, man, wow, this is a lot easier than I thought. And makes their way around to the hole in the top and leans their head up against the side and peers around to see what's inside.
You hear a fluttering of noise and a screech, and you fall backwards, but grab yourself as the owl swoops out of the hole in front of you.
Is the owl perched in front of me?
Well, it was perched, and then flew out.
Okay, so it's gone now.
And scared you out, but you catch yourself and don't fall down or anything.
Silas is not happy, but collects himself and looks back down in to see if anything's wrong with Clara.
You look down into this hole, and it's pretty dark. But you, thinking quickly, you take that sounding stone. Little quick side note: Amber came up with the cool idea that the big stone would be ascending stone, and the little stones would be sounding stones. I'm so into that, very into that. So retcon. That's what it's called. It's the only retcon I've done so far in this show, and I am sticking by it. So you take out this sounding stone, and sort of tap it a few times, and eventually it starts glowing to like indicate that it's like ready to receive. And you dangle that in through the hole to give yourself a little bit more light. And you can see that there is no one down in this space. You see that Clara is gone, all of her stuff is gone, and it's just your things.
Silas drops the sending stone.
Interesting. Okay.
For the light.
Mm-hmm. Are you trying to see more stuff?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Give me investigate a mystery. This is like a legitimate investigative mystery, right? Like this is yeah.
Go ahead and roll these die. It's die because it's 2 of them.
Mm-hmm. And this is going to be also sharp, so 0 for you.
That would be an 11.
Oh, on a 10 plus, you can have 2 questions answered. And so those are generally, pointed towards the big monster that is lurking in the background of all of this. But I will make the answers as applicable to this situation as I can. So if you're asking like where did it go? I'm not going to say like, well, you haven't seen the monster, so you don't know where he went. But I will answer as if you were checking on Clara.
Gotcha. First, what happened here?
What happened here? So when you drop this down, well, looking around at all of the stuff that is missing and how there doesn't seem to be like your stuff was completely undisturbed, and the door was, you can sort of tell there doesn't seem to be any sign that there was a scuffle or a fight. It looks like Clara left of her own free will.
Gotcha. What was it going to do?
So what was Clara going to do? So you can actually see with the light from the sending stone that something has been written in the dirt near your stuff. You can't read it from where you are, but there's a message in the dirt. So yeah, you get the feeling that maybe Clara left you a message.
Silas, as they were like looking into the thing, realizes that they're like hanging from the edge of the silo right now, like into the hole.
Nice.
And like kind of gets like a little nervous and like clambers, loses their footing. Oh God. And grabs the ledge and like pulls themselves up.
Got that upper body strength.
And reaches onto their back. They're going to try to get down and reaches onto their back for... Where's my rope? Rope? Why do I keep thinking about these kind of things? And is like super confused about the fact that like the like reaching to put the book in the back of their pockets, reaching for like a rope on their back, trying to like figure out why Silas is all of a sudden starting to like remember, air quotes, like these things that don't seem to have anything to do with their life.
Yeah.
But in any case, makes her way down from the silo. Is a little nervous, takes them a bit of time, and then goes inside and reads the message.
Gotcha. So you crawl or clamber your way down, and Amber clamber. I'm gonna cut that. That's real dumb. You clamber your way down and enter the silo, and you find all of your stuff completely unperturbed, like you had seen from above. And you see a small message scrawled out onto the dirt next to your pack that says, "What was Clara's voice? I think it was like a little bit higher than mine, and kind of southern, like this, kind of like that."
Somewhere close, not that high. I don't think.
Not that high. Not that high. Maybe like
about
this.
Like that.
About like this. All right. So it says Silas, don't know where you went. Worried. Going to talk to Goblin. Nope, no, she wouldn't say that. Going to talk to Godfrey. Here's hoping you can read. In your experience, a lot of people in this world are not literate, so like that is not a diss on you.
Gotcha. Silas feels a little bit warm inside to know that Claire is not dead or taken. Packs up their stuff and takes anything that would be useful on an encounter with whatever this creature might be. Mm-hmm. Takes the sounding stone just in case Claire decides to call out on it.
Gotcha.
And puts their pack on the wall of the silo, dusts out Claire's message, and says, "Going north. Gonna figure this out." And goes into the forest after the bugs, after the monster.
Nice. So you're just going straight north from here, right?
Following where from in the forest where Clara saw the lights, the glowing light, or not sorry,
Gotcha.
Silas saw the lights going in.
So you're gonna kind of go towards where that cemetery was and then head north, then cut north.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's probably a good way to go. So you head back to the cemetery and then start cutting north. And this area of this swamp is a little bit drier. It's a little bit less contained. But when you get back to the cemetery, you see that dead man still, the silhouette of him in the shadows, still just resting there. And you just get this image in your mind, not a hallucination, but just that strong memory of that glowing insect floating, flying its way, buzzing its way to the north. But the air is silent. There is nothing like that to lead you right now. So you head into the woods.
As Silas heads into the woods, I'd like to activate the hunches.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we got here. When something bad is happening. So hunches, when something bad is happening or just about to happen somewhere that you aren't, roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, you knew where you needed to go just in time to get there. On a 7 through 9, you get there late, just in time to intervene, but not to prevent it altogether. On a miss, you get there just in time to be in trouble yourself. So what I think is interesting about this is in all of these cases, you know where to be, but your character, like, you don't know, but like in some cases you will not get there on time. So what I think would be fun here is if I rolled and you didn't know whether you were going to show up there on time or whatever.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and roll, and listener, you're also not going to know what the situation is here. So what do you add to that?
Sharp, which would be 0.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay.
No, remember, I specifically picked modifiers that I didn't think would be good for the role, because it's not like I was optimizing this character.
That's true. So right now I'm trying to think of a way to phrase this in such a way that the right result is going to come from it. So I'm not going to tell you exactly like what the next bad thing is going to be, but I'm going to have the... Okay, one moment. I'm going to think about this. You hear a sound coming from some slight movement coming behind you.
Silas grabs a big knife and
swings around.
Yeah.
You turn and you see the bargainer with his arm resting over the shoulders of the corpse, and he smiles at you, and he tosses a pack off of his back to your feet, and he says, "You're going the right way, but you're going to want to get a move on."
Look, man, we're going to have to figure out your way of talking to people, because this just ain't working out for me.
Go north. If you want an answer, go north.
Let me guess. Next time that I blink, yep, and you're gone. Okay.
And he's gone.
Okay. Man, I really hate him.
And there is a pack sitting at your feet.
Silas reluctantly picks up the pack, rolls her eyes, opens it up, and looks inside.
You see a number of different things, and they feel familiar to you. They feel this pack feels nice in your hand. It feels like it's part of you. Tell me what you find on the inside.
Silas opens the pack, looks inside, and kind of jaw drops a little bit, as one does, and feels a little bit elated when, like, you're opening up a toy chest that you kept in the basement for years, and finds a small bag with many tiny ball bearings, a bell, a hammer, 10 feet of string, some candles, a hooded lantern, some rations, tinderbox, water skin, that kind of stuff, and 50 feet of rope.
Nice.
That straps nicely onto the side of the backpack where Silas was trying to grab earlier.
Yeah. And you swing that onto your back and start walking north?
Yeah. Silas swings it onto their back. Still not sure, but definitely curious now, because Silas is tired of seeing stuff, tired of hearing stuff. Flutters their duster and walks north.
You are tromping through the underbrush. There's lots of bushes. There's lots of trees. It is dark, but there's enough starlight that you can see. You can more or less make your way. You have pretty good vision. You got those crazy eyes. They're more than they're not just a pretty eyes. They're more than that. You have a pretty easy going for a little bit, all things considered. You do have to sort of, you come across a stream. How do you get across that stream? It's that same stream that that the road had a bridge over, but you're obviously not going up the road. So what do you do when you get to that stream?
I think Silas takes out a candle, lights it, sticks it in the dirt, as a way to sort of tell where they're gonna, like, to orient themselves, and you're gonna understand what I mean in a second. And goes a little bit upstream and gets in the water and begins to backstroke. Not like actual like backstroke, but like backstroke's not the right word. Puts their backpack on their stomach.
Yeah.
So it's floating on their back and swims back.
Point of order. The stream is not going the correct way.
No, crossing the stream.
Huh? You're crossing the stream. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
At this wider spot in the stream, you get in the water, you swim your way across, and you pop out on the other side. Take just a moment, dry yourself off, and continue on.
Obviously not fully dry because that duster and everything else is like soaked.
As you're like sort of standing up and getting your bearings again, you notice on the ground a little beetle, and it is glowing in the same way that those mosquitoes were.
Silas looks up at the candle, and did they float really far downstream?
Not terribly. This water you actually discovered is not moving super fast. So you're pretty close.
Okay.
It's a swamp. Swamps don't move super fast.
Fair.
You're pretty slick with mud and crap.
Fair. Silas reaches into their bag and pulls out the candle that you gave me during the first episode.
Oh, when did I give you a candle?
You gave me a candle shaped like a bird.
Oh. Oh.
So for the listener, Silas ran across a little boy in one of the other cities. The boy didn't have much to eat, or the child, didn't have much to eat. Silas shared their food with the child, and the child gave them this candle. It had magical powers. Silas could tell that, but outside of what it does, Silas has no clue.
And you're going to light this candle?
Not right now.
Okay, you just have it. You just know.
I think the better time to use it would be when I'm in trouble.
That is perfectly fair. Okay. By the way, also listener, that whole stuff did not happen during an episode. That was sort of like a backstory, whatever. So don't worry about having missed that. Anyway, so yeah, you continue making your way north, and as you
read a bad situation first, because that bug. Does Silas realize that it's not real?
You can tell that it's glowing in the same way, so you know that it's connected to the same thing.
Yeah, read a bad situation for sure.
So I think in read a bad situation, I could be wrong here. I'm going to double check, but I think that read a bad situation is specifically for when like you see active danger. So let me check that real quick.
Yeah, no, so you're right. I'm going to investigate a mystery.
Okay.
Because I think investigating a mystery will probably give me the answer to the question that I want. Anyway, let's do that.
All right. Investigate a mystery.
That's a 6 die.
Ooh, okay.
Mark the 2 experience now. Jesus.
So you pick up this beetle and you see its legs like wiggling wildly to the north in that vague direction, and it bites you, and in just a quick impulse you crush it in your hand, and I don't know how you feel about that, but you do that, and the thing just squishes and then is no longer glowing.
Gross. Yeah.
Okay. You continue walking through the woods, and as you go, you find that you still don't hear anything. But every once in a while you are seeing like you see a faint glow off in the distance, like one here, a pinprick there, pinprick here, little dots in the sky, glowing, and always whenever you see them, they are moving in that general direction. You also notice that the ground as you're stepping is getting soggier, as if you're moving deeper into the swamp land. You are going into sort of the wetter areas. You're moving away from the solid clay earth that made up the area where the silo was. After maybe, I don't know, it's hard to say, maybe an hour, maybe 2, the trees open up ahead of you, and you see a wide open space. As you walk out, you see the silhouette of a structure, of a large stone building in the distance. And that building is set in the center of, I guess you would call them lakes, center of shallow marshes, of several shallow marshes. ponds? Fuck. The structure is in the center of several shallow ponds. You see something moving in the very center of one of those ponds, walking between you and that structure. And you see the bugs, the glowing dots that have been moving through the air. You see them all making their way towards that figure that is standing in the center of the lake.
Okay. I think. Okay. Then, I mean, I'm just gonna do. I don't know what Silas would do.
I would say don't roll anything at this point.
No, wait, hold on. I think I know what Silas would do, and it's contrary to what I would do as a player. So I think Silas is going to try to sneak around to another side to see if... No. Silas is going to sneak into a tree.
Okay.
To try to get a height vantage point and sort of survey what this thing does for a while.
So you notice this thing with all of the bugs sort of heading in this general vague direction, and you notice there's sort of like a light fog covering a bit of the pond, so it's kind of hard to make this figure out. So you want to try to get a better view of it. So you find yourself, as you enter this clearing, you make your way to the right, walking between the tree line and the pond that is closest to you. As you're walking along, you hear a slight hooting above you, and you look up and you see that little barn owl. And you go to climb up this tree, and you scale up it, find yourself on a branch a few branches over from this owl, and you look down at the pond ahead of you. And you can see that these glowing, these insects are indeed making their way to the figure in the center. You can see that they're not alone. There are more of these dots of light making their way from all around this swamp, all converging on this one spot. You can see that this figure looks something like, almost like a deer, almost like a buck. You can see antlers, you can see 4 legs, and you can see these lights like sort of swarming around it. And that's all you can really tell. But you see that between the base of the tree you're on and the pond that this thing is in the center of, you see a large outcropping of cattails and bushes, and you scale back down and crawl, doing that duck step, make your way towards those bushes to try to get a better look.
Takes the sounding stone and lightly chucks it back over to the left.
Keep the light away. Keep it from accidentally going off and bringing the thing's attention.
Light or sound or anything, and if it does, it'll get the creature in a different direction.
Very good. You chuck it off to the side, having made your way into these bushes, and as it hits the earth, it very briefly gives off a faint glow. And as that happens, you feel the air turn still as all of the lights that had been slowly moving towards this creature stop.
Silas stops, dead.
And then the fog that is covering the surface of this pond starts swirling up, pulling together, and these insects start flooding in so fast, all just pouring into this pond and drawing themselves into this figure. And as they clear out, as the mass of lights comes in, you can see better that this is indeed has the shape of a tall, proud stag, but the antlers, they don't look like bone like an antler does. They look like wood, like old rotten wood covered with moss and lichen. And you see that the fog and the insects are pouring into the sides of this thing's head. You can see it just pouring in, and the head snaps towards the sounding stone. And you can see a almost human-like face with no mouth, no nose, but two bright green eyes and slits, almost like gills going down the cheeks, where the insects and the fog are sucking back into this creature. And that's where we're going to end for today.
So I gotta ask, Ty, there's a movie on Netflix called The Ritual. Did you watch that?
I did not.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is.
You should watch it. I think it'll, like, your monster seems not exactly like this monster, but eerily freaky enough that it scared me, because the monster in that movie scares me until the end. The end's not scary. But, like, up until, it was scary.
There is a specific, I think it's an amalgamation of two, but there's at least one specific urban legend that I took as inspiration. But that particular urban legend, the creature is not deer-like. So if a listener can come up with what that is, first listener to let me know what this is, I'll buy you some dice. Hey. First listener. First one. Swear to God.
Listener.
Second person, I'm just gonna favorite your tweet where you send it to me at SEQ Podcast.
Yeah, so obviously it has to come on the Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. On the Twitter. Or you could do it with my email, sidecharacterquest@gmail.com. Any of those things. You could find my house, and then then you'd get two things. You'd get the dice, and you get a restraining order. Such is life. Now that the show proper is over, we're gonna just sign out real quick. Fuck, do you remember what the sign out was? Rest in peace. Rest in peace? Pay your respects. That's what it was.
Pay your respects. I thought of a new one.
Oh, you thought of a new one? What did you think of?
Yeah. See you when now becomes now again.
See you when now becomes now again. I like that, but I kind of dig pay your respects. I think I'm going to stick with pay your respects.
All right.
So
pay your respects.
In the bloopers, we're going to level up Silas. So if you care about that, stick around through the bloopers. If not, then you can skip it. This has been Side Character Quest with Amber and Ty. Hope you have had a good time, and tune in a couple weeks, and we'll continue on with this spooky thing. I'm so glad we finally got to the monster. Pay your respects. Thanks to the Joy Drops for the use of Not Drunk as our intro and outro music. Find them at thejordrops.com. You can find us at sidecharacterquest.com, at SCQ Podcast on Twitter, or by email at sidecharacterquest@gmail.com.
There'll be like a little music playing and then bloopers.
Well, I'm gonna start putting underwear on my microphone from now on.
So now I'm recording, and I'm getting all these nice little ripples and rubbles on my thing.
It's always island time, baby.
So I'm gonna give you an abridged version of what's been going on in my day today. Got to work early. Work was doing a sale of old hardware at ridiculously cheap prices, and I wanted to get a laptop because I don't have one. I only have a desktop. So I showed up really early to get this computer, got in line. After an hour, I'm finally in line. This person walks up to me and is like, "Oh, are you the next person in line?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, she is," pointing to the lady standing in front of me. She's like, oh, I'm gonna buy all of those, and she bought every single one of the one laptop that I was planning on getting. Bought all of them. Every single one. I had been talking loudly about how I was planning on buying one of those and only one of those, and that I was so glad that there was still one left and it made this whole hour and a half wait worth it. And she bought it and she walked away. I had my credit card out in my hand, and maybe 10 seconds after she said this to me, the cashier, or after she walked away, the cashier looked at me and said, can I help you? Oh no. And just knew like what had just happened. Looking at my blatant emotion, filling my face, destroying me. But at least I'm going on vacation tomorrow to a city where where I'm going to be spending the whole day outdoors, and there is an 80% chance of rain.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
That is my life.
Oh, we just need like an animated version of you telling that story.
Yeah, there's going to be a weird energy today because of this, because that set the tenor for my whole day.
Oh. Yeah, I was just humming and whistling at the same time.
That's what
really
I was doing as well.
Oh, that's what he was doing too.
Yeah.
You guys are cheating.
How about we get with the show going?
How about we play some games?
Okay, let's play some games. You want to do a little opener? Want to do a little opener?
Sure. Last time.
No. Intro. Gotta say the name of the show and stuff.
Gotcha. Last time.
Ah!
No. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow.
Red leather, yellow.
Red leather. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Side Character Quest. Oh, that spiked. Let me try that one more time. Last time, Ty. Last time.
That is very good. What the hell? Holy crap. I've tried this so many times and it's never worked.
Princes of the Apocryphus.
It is. Thank you. Thank you. As reference to something that you, the listener, know nothing about, except for Eli. Eli knows everything about it. Okay. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna edit in a sound that I'm about to make, and I'm gonna add some reverb and stuff to make it very scary and goofy and whatever. Yeah, so we're gonna make that really creepy and weird. Hopefully I can do that. We'll see. None of this is gonna end up in the show, or it'll end up bleeped out, because I'm not plugging you unless you pay me. All right, so here's what we're doing. We are marking it. Listen, listener, shut up. Listen, I've had a day. He's leveling up, or they're leveling up. They are leveling up, and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
Oh no!
Right?
Ty's on a rampage.
Okay, so at this point, let's do the little level up thing.
Okay.
So this is end of session. Did we conclude the current mystery?
No.
Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
No.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Yes.
Gotcha. So that's going to be a 1 or 2 yes answers. You mark 1 experience.
I'm at 3 experience for today.
Yep, you are at 3 experience.
Okay.
So you'll probably level up at least one more time before this game is through.
Cool. I like Monster of the Week. I think I actually like it better than D&D, to be honest.
It's been fun. I think that what is it called? Prince's Apocalypse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that particular game system, I think it's pretty solid. I think as far as like having it work with a in a podcast setting, it really depends on having this game this game
This right here. This
game right here this
here
this here
game here this.
Here? I think that it genuinely it requires me to have a certain faith in the player that I'm playing with to not screw up stuff. Because like with D&D, since I'm doing pretty much all of the narration, I can make sure that nobody says anything that will hurt future arcs, you know, future plans that I have, where in the whole point of like Prince of the Apocalypse stuff is that I give you guys freedom to do things, and working with you, I trust you to make like good choices and also to not get mad if I am like, that very specifically hurts something that I need to do when you narrate, which hasn't happened yet. I don't know. This has been a good experience. I'm enjoying it so far. Monster of the Week, folks. I don't remember the name of your publisher, but good on ya.
Evil Hat.
And this has been a very Evil Hat. This has been like a very despite the fact that I'm not working in the normal setting of Monster of the Week, I feel like this has still like worked really well. And Monster of the Week is designed for multiple people, and I still think it's working pretty well. So yeah, it's been good. And I'll also add that I was going to say more at this point, but I think that I will save any more for like a side character questions episode, which, hey, listener, do you guys want that? Do you guys want a side character questions episode? Because I fucking love those. Excuse me. I freaking love those in podcasts when they do a questions episode. I just don't know if I have enough listeners at this point to justify that. So, hey, if you want that, then
you right
let
here
me know,
want this?
because I will do it. Maybe by the time I record this, I will have already done one for the earlier stuff, in which case I probably will edit this out. Because hell, I've already done it. It'll be redundant.
Now, as a person who listens to podcasts and typically loathes question episodes,
yeah, I was blown away when Amber mentioned to me that they did not listen to beep side character question, or sorry, when they mentioned to me that they weren't going to listen to the beep episode. Fuck, you know what I mean? The episode from the show that I'm not going to mention the name of.
Yeah, for sure. But I do have to be completely honest, Ty. Side character questions is too good to pass up. You can't not do anything with that. Yeah, you have, even if no one asks any questions, ask yourself questions.
Yeah,
like
right?
You need a side character question.
Have I told you that you're a side character guest?
No.
Yeah, you're a side character guest. Someone like so good.
I should have been saying that this whole time instead of side character player character.
Too bad. You screwed up. You done fucked up.
So we edit that.
I feel like this is too long to add at the bloopers, but it's gotta go in there.
Oh no, it's a special one.
This is gonna be like a long thing. I'm glad that okay, just so you know, just the listener knows, this has been a hour and 45-minute episode. God, I hope I can cut it down to an hour. Like, we'll see.
Yeah, you guys might be getting a really good gift this time.
Yep. Boy. Oh boy. All right, guys. I've already signed out. We can just end. Hey, do you want to just end this recording?